What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Around the World, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about some of the biggest news that ever happened in freestyle, and that is the fact that Red Bull Street Style 2020 will be taking place entirely online. It is an online only competition, and this was announced yesterday by Red Bull and the WFFA. So if you've got notifications turned on for my videos, you would have seen a video a few weeks ago basically announcing this or leaking this and sharing the fact that it was going to be online, but I was told to take that down by the WFFA because they wanted to make a big grand announcement, and this is what we get a press release. So that's kind of disappointing. I was expecting something a bit bigger, but here we go. We have all the final details. It's all been revealed, and it's going to start on the 18th of May. So straight away from looking on Instagram, I can tell that the reaction to this is kind of mixed. I think it has positives and it has negatives as well, and we'll get into some of that later on, but let's have an actual look at the competition. Let's see how it will play out and how it will work, because it begins this month. It begins in just under 2 weeks, so not a long time to prepare, and it will last throughout the year all the way till November. So if you go onto the website, you can see that it's all been updated. They've got this cool little graphic with Ricardinho and Melody, the two current world champions. And then in the news section, they have the press release, which is fairly long, and it outlines exactly what is going on. So the first paragraph basically sums up everything I just said. It says that it's going to start on the 18th of May. It's the biggest freestyle competition in the world, yada, yada, yada. But it says, through a series of challenges, the field will be narrowed until the best international man and women, from reigning title holders to hungry newcomers, turn it up in a live online world final streamed globally. So basically at the end, the final stage, it's going to be the competition as we know it before, but live streamed from each other's homes or each other's training spots, wherever it may be. So straight away it jumps out to me that is going to be very difficult to organize. I don't know how it's going to work, because you're going to have the judges and the freestylers all on the same live stream. Will they be able to see each other? And will they be able to even see the results, like when the judges hold up the cards? It's going to be quite interesting. But I don't think it's going to come to that stage, to be honest with you, because this part of the competition, the final stage, is meant to happen in November. And I think Red Bull are basically hoping that everything will pass in the world and things will get back to normal and they'll be able to hold a live event. That's just my guess. And I think that's the best case scenario. And I think that's probably likely to happen, to be honest. So moving on, you have a little statement from Steve Elias, who says that there's going to be lots of new talent, and underneath that it says that Red Bull Street Style 2020 is open to everyone across the globe, everywhere, in every single country. Now this is definitely a massive positive, because there are a lot of freestylers who have missed out in the past because they're just not located in the right area in the world, and they're not located in a area where Red Bull operate, or they just don't find it useful to send them to represent their country. So this is really cool, and I think a lot of people are going to enter this competition, a lot of people, because one, we're all at home and there's not else much to do, and two, it's something different and it's a good opportunity for everyone. So the first stage of 5 stages is set to begin on the 18th of May, and this will be a show flow round where you have to put in your best 30-second all-round set, and from that 200 men will go through and 60 women will go through in their competition. Subsequent stages will serve up specific challenges related to musicality, trick execution, and creativity. With each, the field is whittled further while the global exposure, including live performances, grows higher. So this sentence basically tells us that Red Bull Street Style is going to be very different. It's not just going to be, show flow rounds every single round. It's going to be different, and they explain more how that's going to work in the timeline section. So we'll quickly just skip over the next few bits, because we've basically heard it all before. They basically say that Melody is the female champion and Ricardinho is the current men's champion, and then they talk a little about history and who has judged in the past, including Roberto Carlos, Gary Neville, etc, etc. And a very important bit at the bottom, videos must be no longer than 45 seconds overall, with the freestyle set lasting no longer than 30 seconds. They also must be in horizontal format and without edits. No music is allowed. Everyone 16 or older is welcome to take part. So if you are under the age of 16, and I know that there is a lot of freestylers who are under the age of 16, this competition is not available for you, and that sucks. But unfortunately, that's just kind of how the world works with competitions and things of that nature. So you just have to wait your turn or sit this one out. So if you go to the timeline page, you can see it all in this nice little infographic. So you have stage 1 there, Show your all-round freestyle skills, which you've always talked about. Stage 2, the 200 men and 60 women who go through. Underneath that, it says perform your style with music. Perform your moves in 30-second sets to the rhythm of a selected song. So Red Bull will have a library of music. I imagine that you'll be able to select the song and put in a musicality round. So that is very interesting. If you're taking this competition seriously, definitely think about that round because you don't want it to take you by surprise. Then you have stage 3 and it has the little live stream bit on top of it. 80 males, 32 females at this point. Build your hardest set. So I imagine this is going to be live battles. Connect randomly chosen tricks in the most difficult way live. So that is a bit strange. It says connect randomly chosen tricks in the most difficult way. So will the judges be giving out random tricks? I don't know. That is kind of an interesting one. I'm definitely intrigued by that. And then the following stage 4, by this point we are in October. Perform tricks never seen before. Impress judges live with original moves that nobody else can do. And again, that's going to be a very interesting round. And so stage 3 and stage 4, that looks like where the competition can really shine and become its own thing, rather than just, a Red Bull street style, but not really because it's online. This kind of adds a bit of legitimacy to the competition and makes it worth watching, I think. And then in November you have the world final, and that is basically Red Bull street style as we know it, but live streamed. So let's get into some of the controversy surrounding this and some of the strange happenings basically. So the first thing I noticed, I went over to the Red Bull Instagram page to see what they posted, and they posted a short little clip from last year's final between Boyka and Ricardinho, and they just put a little note saying basically we're taking this thing online. Not very interesting. But underneath, Dan Wood puts, how about a credit for the organization powering it all? And then he tags the WFFA and then puts the hashtag all you need is a ball. So I mean, that doesn't bode well for me personally, to see that the WFFA and Red Bull are not really communicating that well. That's kind of strange. I don't like to see stuff like that out in public. So last year's finalist, Boyka, basically came out straight away and said that we need prize money for this competition because in my experience, from what my understanding, what I know is that usually you don't win any money for winning this competition. And Boyka came out and said the champion should get paid as much as the celebrity judge, which last year was Nani. We don't know how much the celebrity judges earn, but it's fair to say it's a lot of money, and it'd definitely be a life-changing amount of money for most freestylers. And Boyka also put on his Instagram live, he did a live stream once this was announced, basically explaining his thoughts. I don't have any footage of that, but he was just saying that, he has bills, he loves freestyle, and it's very difficult for him because on one hand, he wants to compete because that's what he's basically been born to do. He wants to, prove his worth. But on the other hand, we're living in the real world, and freestyle competitions, there's no prize money for them. So that was interesting, and I'm fully supportive of Boyka, what he's saying there. And I definitely agree there needs to be prize money just like in any other sport. And that is something that the WFFA have to address and make a normality in freestyle, because that's what they're there to do. That is their role. Their sole purpose is to provide a platform for the best freestylers to compete in the world. And if there's no prize money, then how are they meant to do that? This is why you see freestylers not turn their back on freestyle, but turn their back on competitions such as Andrew Henderson. If there was good prize money in competitions, I'm pretty positive that Andrew would still be competing, but he's gone a different route because he has common sense, and he knows that there's no point sticking around once he's achieved everything that he has done. So following on from that, and very interestingly, I don't know if Boyka actually sparked this, but on the I Am a Freestyler page, Daniel actually announced on his story that there will be a cash prize for this year's competition with 6,000 euros for the winner. There'll be 6,000 euros for the champion, 3,000 euros for second place, and 1,000 euros for third place. And this is for both men and women. So it's really great to see that. I think the money should be a bit more than that, at least double for the champion, in my opinion. But hey, it's better than nothing. But the strange thing is that why isn't that announced in the press release? You should really lead with that almost. Say, look, if you want to win this, you're going to get 6,000 euros. So are they embarrassed about the prize money? Maybe they probably think that it's not enough, so that it's not worth shouting about. or were they going to later reveal it at some point? But Boyka's kind of pressured them by announcing that he won't compete unless there is a decent amount of prize money. I'm not sure. That's very interesting. So I'm going to wrap it up there. This has been quite a long video probably, but there's a lot of interesting things, and it's going to be interesting to follow this competition. So I want to know, are you going to enter the competition? What do you think about it? Do you agree with Boyka's opinion? And are you excited for it? Let me know, leave a comment, let's start a discussion. And don't forget to like the video, of course, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Take care.